Double M Innovations got hammered by Category 3 hurricane winds. In fact, the whole area did. A swath about 10 miles wide, coming from the west, going east, and it just left a trail of destruction. Now, this wasn't a tornado. They were straight line winds. They were saying up to 120 miles an hour. And as you can see behind me, my vertical axis wind turbine that I was using as a test bed got shredded, along with other structures around here too. Now, I had the brake levers on, but I think maybe it was able to turn a little bit too. I couldn't see what was going on out here. It was raining so hard, and it was just a roar. I could see the bottom part of the axle came off the mounting post, kind of broke apart. And I guess this part is right there. As you can see, the whole structure is leaning too. Some of the braces are off. So I think it's going to be time to take this down. It was fun while it lasted, but it's kind of beyond repair right now, I think. It needs to be redone. Of course, I always thought it was just going to be temporary, but I thought it was going to last a little bit longer than this. My little wind turbine took off flying about 150 feet to the east over there too. One thing I thought was going to be tore down completely was my antenna. It got a little bit damaged, but it's still standing. It was still working too. Radio stations were off air, but my antenna was still up. It looks like it's hanging a little bit. I'll probably redo that, but it was still collecting some kind of energy, lighting LEDs. I'm not sure what it was. I know the radio stations were off air and the power was out here. It could have been from the high voltage power lines still collecting energy from over there. I'm not sure, but LEDs were still on. And looks like I got a damaged light right there. And of course I got some shingle damage. And like I was saying, the woods around here are just decimated. I've been cleaning up here for the last couple days and still have weeks to go, I think. My electrosmog energy converter also got destroyed. I have this set just off the easement of the high voltage power lines, and I was collecting some stray electricity off there, lighting LEDs. But it couldn't take the force of the wind and is now laying in its grave. I'll have to take that sign off of there. That sign is pretty cool, so I'll take that. I can salvage that and maybe some of the electronics I had hooked up to it. My solar array also got damaged. One solar panel is gone. It went about probably 150, 200 yards to the east. Way over there. It took me a while to find it, but it looks like when it flew off, it damaged a number of other panels. So no grid tie power now until I can get something else going. Yeah, I'm not sure what's going to happen with this. It's probably the most expensive loss that we got, and I don't know how the insurance company is going to handle it. I know last month at some time that I wasn't aware of, they upped my deductible. So I'm probably going to have to take a complete loss on this, I think. I'm not sure about this inverter, if it's still working or not. I just had to disconnect it. I thought I seen some sparks go. I was trying to watch out the window here what was going on during the storm, and I thought I might have seen some sparks out here. I couldn't tell because you couldn't really see. It was raining so hard, and it lasted a long time. I think it lasted, the biggest roar I think lasted probably like a half hour. And it was just, yeah, that was the worst sound I ever heard. I thought something was going to happen with the house, but the house is pretty much intact, except for a few shingles that went off. All my indoor experiments are still going. pretty good up there. And during and after the storm, these LEDs that I have connected up to the antenna wires, let me get in there and see where they're shining. There they are. And these were still going during and after the storm, even though the radio stations were, let me turn this down a little bit. The radio stations were off air. We had no power here, but these LEDs were still on. Them 4 green ones. I gotta get the right angle with that camera to pick them up. Right there. And these blue ones here. So I'm still not sure where the power is coming from for these LEDs. I kept thinking it might have been from the high voltage power lines to the north, but the frequency isn't 60 cycles, 30 or 40 kilohertz. So I don't know. Anyway, that's still going. We got other jar batteries going on up here. A couple of LEDs on this one. And this one here, I haven't done anything with it. This is the jar battery I made in the last video. The only thing I changed on that is I took the potentiometer off of there and I replaced it with a couple of LEDs. So the current is going through 2 LEDs in series with the 2 coils on that pulse motor. And we're still picking up the back spike right there. And now instead of the potentiometer just wasting the energy, it's going through 2 LEDs. Now I haven't shaken this up or anything. There's still just a tiny bit of moisture, water in the bottom. So it's just operating off whatever humidity is being picked up in there. And I'll just see how long that's going to go. I think it's going to go a long time. So that's what's been happening around here. Now I'll end this video with a little tour around my immediate area of the storm damage. There's plenty of storm damage shown on the news, but I'll take a little video of just what's been going on around my immediate area. So thanks for your time for watching. I'll see you again. Blown down trees everywhere. If they're not blown down, the tops are broke off. Had to move 3 trees out of here just so he could get out of the driveway. Same place no matter where you go around here. There's trees down all over the place. Somebody lost their shed. It must have jumped right over the trees. Plenty of still together. I wonder where it came from. On this place? I don't know. There's some mess around here. Oh, I bet you it came from right there. Stand of pines through there. Now they're all broken off like matchsticks. somebody lost something. Roof or something. I'm guessing they probably don't have power yet. It's all hanging down. I think any road that goes north and south has got